Maino and Trinidad, James Trinidad got into their thing. Trinidad James. So supposedly Trinidad James comes on stage. I don't know what his exact words were. I'm trying to figure out what they were. But, you know, he basically shits on New York, right? He says something like, to the extent of, well, New York don't support each other, blase, whatever. So, you know, Maino takes offense to this. They share words on Twitter. Maino calls him up and, you know, would you say make him apologize would you say those are the right words, make him apologize?
Man. What's up? It's Maino, man. You want to holler at me? Yeah. At the end of the day, man, you're going to do what you're going to do. Of course I'm going to do what I want to do. I just wanted to let you know, bro, I wasn't disrespecting your city. Let me say this, though, my nigga, and you hear me out loud and clear, my nigga, right? Hold on, listen to this, right? What you saying now is different from what you were saying on stage. When you said, and I studied that whole thing loud and clear, my nigga. When you said, yo, we running our music and it's I ain't trying to start nothing, but if you want to do something, you can do it because I don't give a fuck. You took away from whatever your opinion was. Whatever your opinion was, you unvalidated it right there in that spot when you started talking some gangster shit. You understand what I'm saying? Now I'm saying never in the history of my city has a nigga stepped foot on a New York City stage and disrespected our city just like you did. You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't about me trying to be a bully or me trying to punk you or none of that. It's about right or wrong. I would have never came to Atlanta. I would have never came to LA. I would have never went nowhere. Nobody would have done that. You wouldn't have done that. About what we got going on. Your opinion is different than what you did. Whatever your intentions was is different than what your actions was that night. I'm saying we can get to a better place. All you need to do, I ain't saying you need to apologize to me because it ain't about me. It's about my city. You need to apologize to my city, my nigga. It's coming out tomorrow, bro. Okay. You shot the video. You need to apologize to my city, and then we can get to a better place. Then we can be in a better place because this about man business, my nigga. This ain't about me trying to come at you, you know, in that kind of way. But my nigga, you wouldn't have done that in Detroit. You wouldn't have done that in Chicago because the precedent is already set. You know when you go in them cities that it's no fly zone for certain shit, my nigga. Like all that, like if you the one on stage, you would have said, yo, you know, New York, you know, I love New York, blah 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 blah. You know, I want to see New York get back to its prominence. You know, that's cool. That's your opinion. I think y'all should support each other. That's different. But when you go in there and you start talking about, yo, if you want to do something, we can do it. Because I don't give a fuck, man. That's something different, my nigga. That's a challenge. Now, if you want to challenge a nigga in New York, then I'm about that. I want to take that challenge, my nigga. I'll take that challenge. I'm willing to go the extra mile for my respect, my nigga. No nigga, not you, not nobody going on the New York City stage and disrespecting New York, especially not Brooklyn, my nigga. You understand? That ain't gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna allow that. You know what I mean? And you must feel like that because that's why you got on the stage and you was that comfortable. But that's gonna happen, my nigga. Put that tape out, my nigga. Put it out tomorrow, and we gonna get to a better place. We gonna get to a better place because I ain't here to try to, you know, dehumanize you or make you feel less than what you with. This ain't about Atlanta. This ain't about New York and Atlanta. I fuck with niggas. I fuck with Atlanta heavy. I fuck with the South heavy. I love that music, my nigga. I'm in the clubs all the time. I fuck with that music. This is about right and wrong. This is about respect, homie. You gonna respect my city, son. Because if you don't, then we can dance a different way. It don't matter to me. Hey, are you done? I'm done, my nigga. I'm done. Check it out. I shot the video. Well, I'm gonna tell you this. You can't get caught up in how the media puts something out there. When I went to do my show and I stepped out on that stage, brother, I said a lot of shit. They chose to only show you that part. Because by that time when I was talking and saying what I was saying, it was niggas in Brooklyn, niggas from Brooklyn, talking about preach. Because like I told her from the beginning of my speech, I ain't here for none of that. I left that shit alone a long time ago. The reason why I say it's one thing about I'm passionate about the truth, brother. And sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's a bad thing. Yeah, but we don't need you to tell us what our truth is, my nigga. Check me out, bro. Malcolm X said that all I care about is the truth. It don't matter who tells it. That's what I mean. It don't matter. I ain't free to give my truth. You can't go to LA and sit up there on LA and say, yo, I remember when y'all niggas was doing G-Flow and now we run y'all, and if you don't like what I'm saying, then we should do whatever. That's different, my nigga. See, what I'm trying to get you to understand is what you saying to me right now makes sense, but what you said on that stage is something different. See? That's why I shot the video, brother. That's okay. Okay, so you got the video shot. You apologize to my city. Then we in a better place, my nigga. Then we start moving in a better place. Then things become different on how I feel about you. Then we moving in a better place once that video come out. I'm gonna look at that video and I'm gonna say, okay, that man, he a man about his business. Because at the end of the day, I've been here before. We all been on stages. We all kind of over talk sometimes, and we all know what that feeling is. All right, cool. But I feel like you went to a different place. And I respect if you made that tape. Because that's all I want. This ain't about me. This ain't about nothing personal to me. Because I know personally, if you'd have done that in another city, it would have been the same thing. Certain niggas is not letting that happen. I'm not one of them niggas. So therefore, we gonna move in a better place, my nigga. That tape done, you gonna drop them all, and then we move in a better place. This is my number. This is my exact number. So I ain't running hiding nothing, my nigga. All right? Get that go.
Honestly, it didn't even really sound like he made him apologize, to be honest with you. He sounded like he was highly upset about what Maino said, and he was ready. Sounded like he was ready to take this some street shit. He left him some tweets, and he called him up, recorded the conversation, put it out there online. And I don't know. Like I said the other night when this first came up, to be completely honest with you, I don't think Trinidad James is a hot MC and by no means or nothing like that and everything else. But I saw the little clip that got everybody all riled up, and honestly, what did he say that was incorrect?
What was the exact quote? Because I didn't see the clip. What was the exact quote?
He said that, you know, he's an Atlanta dude that grew up loving New York hip hop and everything else, but he said pretty much nowadays when you turn on the radio, when you hear New York MCs, you're hearing Atlanta. It pretty much what he's trying to say is everybody, the people that is not a lot of New York motherfuckers getting spins on the radio. Like, let's just keep it a stack. It's just not. It's not a lot of New York MCs getting a lot of spins on the radio. Most of New York MCs are stuck in mixtape land and got to promote their shit online or on the internet or whatever. They're not getting spins on Hot 97 or Power 105. They're not getting that. So when you do hear a couple of MCs that do get spins from up here, they sound like the dudes down south. So it's like me and a whole bunch of people that had this conversation a whole lot of times. New York done lost its sound. New York done lost its sound. New York had a sound at one point in time. For a long time, New York had a sound. I don't know what the New York sound is anymore. I know what it used to be. I don't know what it is anymore because all the New York cats that getting spins on the radio sound like a bunch of dudes from down south. And it's like, I don't disagree with what he was saying. He was saying how New York fans, he wasn't even dissing the MCs so much as most of the fans. He was saying pretty much New York don't support their own artists. That's also true. New York don't support their own artists. I mean, like, I hear it all the time. Like, people from New York trying to come out and everything else. I hear motherfuckers, fuck that motherfucker, man. That's just what you would call it from down by. He ain't nobody special. That's just what you call it from the Lower East Side. That motherfucker is just blah, 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 blah. And they just start hating on him. And the motherfuckers they don't never get a shot. So it's like, I don't have a problem with what he said. You know, deep down inside, I think all these New York MCs know what he was saying was true, and that's why I cut them to the core, because they know it's the truth. And it's like, maybe it's not even so much the message. I think it's probably just the messenger. They had a problem with who said it, more so than what actually was said. Because what actually was said was actually facts if you just listen to the radio. I mean, dispute what he's saying. Tell me where he's wrong. Cause somebody, please tell me where he's wrong. Cause I don't see it. I didn't see the big deal in what he said. He pretty much just put in the light what a lot of other motherfuckers already knew. It's the Kendrick Lamar song, Verse in Control or whatever. He was pretty much calling New York out for the same type shit. So it's like it's the same shit. Like, this is the perception of New York, and New York don't see it because New York is stuck inside the New York box, and they don't want to see how everybody else perceives them. This is how everybody perceives you. Dudes got to start supporting each other. Y'all have to start supporting each other. Y'all motherfuckers got to start supporting the New York artists when they come out. The people in New York, you got to support them. You got to buy their music. You got to call up the radio stations. Tell these motherfuckers to put them on. Get these motherfuckers some spins. I mean, it's going to take a lot of work from everybody to change this, because for somewhere down the line, New York done lost control of the whole hip hop scene, and nobody really knows how to get it back. Everybody has suggestions, but nobody really knows how to get it back. People need to just, like I said, I threw some suggestions out there right there. I don't know how many people want to take light of it, take heed to it, whatever. But again, I don't have a problem with what he said. That's just me. How you feel, Mr. New York?
Funny, what's funny is, it's so reminiscent about like somebody else's statement. When Verb was talking about pretty much the same thing with battle rap in New York, and you didn't agree with Verb's statements as opposed to Trinidad James, but they're pretty much saying the same shit. Verb was talking about how New York didn't support Hollow, right, on Hollow's comeback, and they pretty much spoke the same shit.
I didn't have a problem with what Verb said. I just thought it was.
You disagreed with Verb. You disagreed with Verb, though.
No,
right?
That's not true. That's not true. What I said was I didn't understand what Verb was going with this, because it almost sounded like Verb was asking New York to be biased towards Hollow, when, like, any other time he's complaining New York's always is biased this, New York's biased that, and then when you got a situation where New York wasn't biased, he was complaining about New York not being biased. That's what I was getting at with Verb. I didn't have a problem with what he said. I guess my problem was I didn't have a problem with the message. It was the messenger who I had a problem with. Like you, Mr. New York is biased and everything else. You can't say that. Somebody else can say that, but you can't say that. Not like, because that's contradicting everything you stand for by you saying that. That was my issue with the whole Verb thing.
Well, and now here's another thing I want to touch on too with this whole subject: a taped conversation. I disagree with this 100%. I wasn't a fan when Benzino did it to Paul, Eminem's lawyer. Even in battle rap, I wasn't a big fan of when Math did it to Rex and Dr. Tate, whatever Rex said it was. But I'm just saying I'm not a fan of taped conversations. What's your stance on that?
I'm not a fan of it either. I mean, this is nothing new. This shit's been going on before. I mean, especially in the battle rap world. I mean, even before this format, this shit been going down. I mean, I remember when LL taped, was it Cannabis? Cannabis taped LL, the conversation he had with him.
LL, right? Or was that? No, I think L.
Yeah, he
no, L taped Cannabis. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who taped him.
No, it was Cannabis taping him. It was Cannabis taping LL. Because he wanted somebody, because LL was pretty much trying to deny everything that happened, and Cannabis had that, and he leaked it on the internet, and this is back when the internet was still kind of new, and the internet ain't what it is today. But so like even in the early stages of the internet, this type of shit has been going on. I'm not too crazy about it myself, but then again, it all boils down to know who you're talking to. You got to be conscious of who you're talking to and conscious of what you're saying to motherfuckers. Try not to say shit that you won't repeat somewhere else, and you kind of won't get yourself caught up in those type of situations. But I'm not a fan of it either myself. But again, you just gotta be conscious, because this type of world we living in right now. I mean, we living in a world with camera phones and everything else. I mean, shit happened. What the first thing motherfuckers do? They whip out their phones, they start recording shit. Everything else. Like, this is just the world we living in today. So,
yeah, Right, but I mean, does it give Maino any extra credit for recording this conversation? I'm not so sure about that one. I don't know.
Like, what do you mean? Give him, like, does he get some extra credit? Because he, like, what do you mean extra credit?
Well, I mean, like, all right, so he makes Trinidad James apologize on the phone, right? But it's not like he was like, yo, it's not like he made him do it on the radio. This is a conversation between you and Trinidad James. And really, that whole conversation, I never really heard a straight apology from Trinidad. It was basically like...
I don't understand why you keep saying that, because, like, I didn't hear an apology either. I heard him trying to explain his side of the story.
This is what it was labeled as. This is what the YouTube video was labeled.
I heard him trying to explain his side of the story. I did hear Maino talking reckless to him. Maybe that's what Maino was trying to put out there, that he was just, he was talking all reckless to him and everything. That's the I don't know, that's the main gist I can get out of the whole conversation. Other than that, I heard Trinidad James trying to explain his side of the situation. Myself, that's what I got from it. I can't speak for everybody else. You know what I mean? I'm sure some people out there saying Maino pumped him and everything, but that's cool, It is what it is. Shmrek!